everyone, I am Dr. Sonali and I welcome you all to CSE Core Concepts in the series of Python programming. Now, in my earlier video, we have discussed about how to install Python package and the IDE's code environments, everything. What are the different options where we can write the Python code? So I hope you have gone through that and you have already you already got started with it. So in this video, we are going to study about some of the very important aspects of Python, which are actually very required to write a Python code. So the basic elements we are going to study. First of all, let us understand what it is called so that you can know the technical things. So a Python program is, we will call it as a script. Okay. So a script is what? It is a program. So what does a program contains? It contains some definitions and commands. Like I am declaring some variable, that is a definition, and commands means whatever I am telling to execute. So definitions are evaluated that you are going, if you are saying somebody is an integer, and based on the commands you are executing, you are going to evaluate, and in the Python shell. I hope you remember. So command is also a statement which will instruct that I want to do so and so. So in case if I am writing, say print hello everyone. So print is nothing but a inbuilt Python function which is instructing the computer to display the text on the screen. Which text? Which I have written within the quotes. So strings are enclosed in quotes. Now here there is no restriction that you have to write a double quote only. You can always go for a single quote also. That is okay. Second very important thing about Python is the indentation. Okay. Indentation is going to help the interpreter to understand which is a block of code. Okay. That which group of statements belong to the same block. Right. Like in C or any other programming language, we write in a continuous form, right? So if I'm writing if x is greater than 10, then do this, do that. So we write in a continuous form. But in Python, you have to maintain some level of indentation. Okay, and those codes which are in the same level of indentation, they are considered as a part of the same code block. Now, indentation is basically created using the white space. Okay, and normally we consider 4 spaces as a convention. And if you are skipping the indentation, you may get an error. Shall we test it? Let's do it. Okay, so I am opening my Python shell. Okay, and I will write my code in this text. Okay, so let us say, for example, I am writing if 5 is greater than 2. Syntax about if and all we will see later on. Okay, not now. This is just to show you the importance of indentation. See, when I pressed enter, automatically it came indented, right? So I am saying 5 is greater. Okay, is greater, right? This is a regular form which I am writing, and I told you always save and then go for run. So it is writing. Now let us remove this indentation. Okay, I am removing this indentation. Then I am saving. Okay, and I am executing, and you see I will get an error, expected an indented block. Understood? So indentation is very important in case of a Python programming. Then comes your comments. Comments means, see, sometimes when we are writing a long piece of code, no, and we have multiple blocks, multiple ifs, loops, statement. So we do not understand when we are reading the code, what is it, what for. So sometimes we need to write certain statements about like an explanation about the code, right? So, but we do not want that line to be executed. It is not a part of the executable code, but still I want to write it. So that is, those statements are called as comments, and comments in Python always starts with a hash symbol, right? So if I am writing, this is a comment, print hello everyone. So this will not get executed because it starts with a hash. And anyway, this is also, you can write it in the same statement also, same line also, does not matter. Okay, and this is how you can write. See, so let me show you again. Let's say I am writing one piece of line in a comment, like let print hello. Okay, and then I am writing print, simply I am writing print CSC core concepts, right? So let's close it. Yeah, so let me simply save it, okay, and execute it. So you see the first line did not print, that is the hello, okay, because it was written under the comment. So this is what is about comments. Now we come to the variables. Now what are variables? Variables are basically act as a container, okay. You want to put some product, you want a container, right? Similarly, if you want to put some data, you want a container for it. So who is the container? Container is a variable for storing the data values. It stores the data that now that data can be referenced, manipulated. You can use that data during the execution of the program. So essentially you can say it is a name that has a value, right? Variable is a assigned name which has a value. Now, Python variables do not require explicit declaration. This is very beauty. Other programming languages, when you start writing the program, you have to write about like this: integer a, character, and all this. So what are they? They are the data types. So you all, and this a is a variable. So you always have to write in the beginning that what is a variable and what is its data type. But in Python, you do not require any explicit declaration. The type of data is inferred based on the value assigned. So if I am writing a is equals to 10, then it will understand that a variable is of data type integer. Understood? If I am writing a is equals to 10.5, it will understand it is a floating value. So it will infer. So similarly, if I am having two variables, x is 5 and name is Sonali. So if I am printing this, it will understand that this x is for integer and name is character or string. Now there are certain rules which we need to follow for naming variables. You cannot use just any name for a variable. It should contain only letters, digits, and no other special symbols except underscore. So if I am writing a underscore 1, it is valid. Understood? But if I am writing a $1, it is not valid. Then comes your, it cannot start with a digit. I can have variable names like C1, C2, but I cannot have 1C. Understood? It cannot start with a digit. Then comes a case sensitive. You have to maintain the case. If you have declared the variable as in capital letter VAR, this is something. But if you are writing, next time when you are writing VAR in small, this is not matching. Understood? They are case sensitive, means the capitals and the smaller ones do matter. Once you write capital, the same thing you refer in small, like your passwords, they are case sensitive, right? Avoid using keywords. Those reserve, what are keywords? They are the reserved words which the Python interpreter understands, like if, else, some variable names. Okay, so you cannot use those keywords as a variable name. Then they are dynamically typed, meaning the same variable can hold different types value during execution. Let's see how. Let's say for example, you want three variables a, b, and c, but all three has to be the same value. Okay, so variable can hold different types of values during execution. Okay, let me come to it first of all. So for this, let's say first you have started it with a is equals to 10, and later on in the program somewhere you have written 20. That is okay, you can do that. And here you want three variables a, b, c, and all has to have value 100. So you can simply write it in one line and print ABC. That is also fine. So you can now understand that the syntax is so user friendly, right? Then you can assign different values also in same line, not necessarily same. Suppose if you have three variables x, y, and z, the value of x is 1, the value of y is 2.5. See, all are different data types. One is integer, 2.5 is float, and Python is string, right? Still you can declare and write in one sentence, one line. Then something comes typecasting. Typecasting means what? Initially you have written a is 10. So Python interpreted it as an integer. Later you feel no, I want it to be a floating, right? So to change the data type from integer to float is called as typecasting. So therefore, doing this process of converting the data type, you have several built-in functions are available. Like if you write int of a, so obviously it will declare a, it will convert a as int. Suppose if you have written initially a is 10.5, right? And then you are printing print integer of a, so it will only print the integer part. Similarly, if you have declared as 10 and you are writing float of 10, so your answer will be 10.0. Understood? So you can convert anything. Like let's say for example, shall we write one try this? Let's see. Okay, so you can write it like this. Say for example, you are saying count is equals to 5. Okay, sorry, count is equals to 5. You have written this, right? Now you are saying print, say let's say another variable count1 is equals to float of count, right? And now you can write print count1. Understood? So you save it, fine, and let's run it. So you can see answer is 5.0. Understood? So if answer is 5.0 means what? You are not, you have converted it into float. So these are the small basic topics which you should know, indentation and all. Now next time we will jump into writing some, understanding some data types, and based on that we are going to write some interesting codes. So by that, you please install, get ready with your Python. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.